Back on our featured group coverage, Michael Breed alongside Billy Kratzer, who has stepped in for Steve Scott. As you take a look at the leaderboard in the 101st PGA Championship. And Billy, I'll get your thoughts as you look at what's going on and what these players are going to face this afternoon. 2 under, the lowest round that's out there.
Yeah, there's not much available out there. And the wind, the projection that it may gust to 25, 30 mile per hour. It's already a really stiff breeze coming from the TNT tower and coming out here. And the players, can you make a run? No. Is Koepka going to make the mistakes? That's what has to happen. In order for a Dustin Johnson to close the gap and get even closer, Koepka's going to have to make mistakes, and he made a mistake at number 1. But he's driven it well on number 4. The opportunity to get back to minus 12 certainly available, but right now, as I look at this and I look at the golf course and the way that it's playing, and I look at the 7th hole, 527, I look at the 10th hole, 500 yards. Well, those 2 holes happen to be kind of a helping breeze.
Yeah.
And then you have the 12th hole at 498. So that's not playing all that long.
And 11's playing hard.
But 11 is right back in their face. And that is such a hard fairway to hit. It's so tricky with the tee shot because you can't see any of the fairway. It's a blind tee shot totally. You have to hit it up the walk path in order to hit the ball in the fairway. So all in all, if Brooks Koepka goes out there and minimalizes the bogeys to where he makes 4 bogeys, I don't see anyone catching it.
Well, that fairway you talked about at the 11th, just 20 yards wide, as we look at Harold Varner now playing out of this fescue rough, and that may be his most lofted. It's at least.
See, this is risky. At least I think so, Michael, unless you're 100% assured you're going to get it up onto that plateau.
He doesn't even know where it went.
Well, he looked immediately to the left.
This is what happens. This is what happened. This is what can happen when you start an event like this, as Harold Varner only playing in his 2nd PGA Championship, and this is the first cut that he's made. You lose your composure there, which he did back on number 3, and now the search commences.
Well, see, for a
right here somewhere, it's under the leaves.
For a young player, now all of a sudden, and remember, now you've got 3 minutes. You don't have 5 minutes. You have 3 minutes to find this ball. Otherwise, it's deemed lost. But this is where the game
I heard it kind of died.
becomes very quick.
And I kind of heard it right back in the air.
And that's Chip Tessig right there, PGA professional, who's the rules official for this group. And this is where things also speed up in your mind, because you've got a running clock going on.
Inwardly, the game becomes so quick that you can't slow down. And my point was, if he was not 100% sure that he was going to get the ball up onto that plateau on the 4th hole, dump it back towards the fairway and operate from there. Now, you've got about 2 more minutes. If you don't find it, you're going to have to go.
And not only that, but he's in an area of the golf course where there's not a lot of people.
No.
So it's not like he's got any extra eyes.
I think, while he searches for his, Koepka's just going to go ahead and play. 208 yards to the hole. Even with this elevation, I cannot imagine this being much more than a 7-iron. Just blitz it.
And by the way, that is the place to be. I mean, on the green, great, but to the right of the hole location is exceptional. The speed of this green is to the left side there, and that is a wonderful shot on this par 5. As Harold Varner continues to search for his, it's gotten so bad he's got a police officer in there.
But we saw shots earlier today that hit left of the flagstick onto the putting surface, release all the way over the green. Guys having to hit a little bump and run. Guys would use putters.
2, black dot.
I think it was further back like this way.
That's what I thought.
I thought.
Yeah.
And here comes Brooks. And you know, honestly, Billy, Harold Varner might not have a chance to win this event, but this is an opportunity for him to gain some great experience. When you 3-putt the 3rd hole and then you make this mental mistake, you're almost playing your way out of the opportunity to feel that pressure and really gain some valuable experience.
Yeah, what gets you back into the PGA Championship? Top 15?
Yep.
Okay, what gets you in the other major championships? Top 4? What gets you in probably the world ranking points necessary to get to a point where you get into the WGCs? I mean,
we've got a relief area back here for you. Where you last played from, 1-stroke penalty.
Okay. All right, cool. Right. Where's the rest?
but basically, there's a lot riding on this round.
You bet.
For Harold Varner III.
2 seconds. All right, guys, that ball's lost. 3 minutes is up. I've got a marshal back here marking the spot where we played from.
Oh, I thought you said that. Oh, I got it.
Stroke and distance.
No, that's what I asked.
But you have a club link now when you go back. Relief area to drop.
Oh, wow.
So it's not right at the spot in the middle.
So he'll be hitting 4.
No, it's right here.
You got your spot.
Yeah, that's right. I hit the ball. I was like, I get a club link from there.
So here's where the ball would have been. So now you got a club link measured with your driver. Relief area either side and the pie back here.
Okay.
And then the knee height.
Yeah, thank you.
And then that's it.
Not on out of it. Not. I can't go take line with the pin. Yeah.
Ball's lost. You gotta go stroke and distance. You gotta go back to the last.
Get a club link from right
You
here.
get a club link area there, drop it out.
I cannot imagine what's going through Harold's mind right now, because you have 2 par 5s on this golf course. This one playing directly downwind. This is one that you need to capture in the first 6 holes. You define this as a must birdie.
Hey, you got it, Nick?
Well, now what you've got to do is you've
Nick,
got
do you
to
have it? You got a club link.
I know. I'm trying to figure out.
get your mind about you and figure out how you're going to make a 6. That's what you got to do.
Exactly.
Where is it? There. I get a club link from right here.
In the back of the divot.
Love it. I mean, I love it. I just think. All right.
Well, the only thing you got to worry about with that is that.
What if I drop it right here?
Well, it becomes distance. This is the stuff you're going to catch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you drop it
At
here,
least it's down.
I'd rather drop it off the fire and it's down. This is the only thing that's going to hurt the shaft. I mean, this is too big. Okay. All right, we'll just drop it what you think then. That's fine.
Oh, it's pretty
You're
good.
in play there.
Okay, that sat up for him a little bit.
Same thing.
Yeah, I was going to say he still has to go with the same.
Yeah, but you don't want the same
Strategy.
thing.
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
strategy is a bad strategy.
No, but I think the lie is so much better. After-
We saw
after
we
the
saw
break.
Rory McIlroy in the thick rough on number 10 try to do the same thing, and the thing went literally 10 o'clock off his left side.
Well, it's almost like he hit it over his left shoulder.
Yeah, on the
That's-
side of live with the look how much farther to the right he's aiming now. And that is much better. And it doesn't matter where it is, it's not lost, which makes it much better. Harold Varner III.
Well, he's trying to avoid back-to-back double bogeys right now.
And careless. I mean, didn't take any time over that bogey putt. That was from 4+ feet. And the same thing with that layup shot. You know, I remember listening to Kenny Venturi saying, if you're going to lay up, you're going to lay up. You got to pay attention to what you're doing.
Right.
There's nothing worse than that, right?
Because the yardage gained wasn't going to be significant enough to change what the shot type was. You're still going to have to land it 3 or 4 steps maybe onto the green and a little right of the flagstick, no matter what.
Do you think any of what happened on the 3rd hole affected his decision there on 4?
Well, I think a player starts thinking that, okay, now I need to press.
Yeah.
I need to press. I need to.
And it's a par 5.
Make something happen.
Yeah.
Errant tee shot. Now all of a sudden, like you said, you're just trying to make a bogey. It's all about damage control right now.
Yeah, he was telling me what happened. He hit the tree and then came back or whatever.
This green slopes away from the player. Top this ridge.
Okay, it needs to come up with a good one here. 5th shot, get it up and down, make bogey, move on.
Show all these other days now.
Okay, well, he'll have a putt for it.
Well, that came to a halt pretty quick. That's enough breeze behind him, even with sand wedge in hand, that ball could have at least jumped a little bit forward.
Let's take a little look here at Golf Tracks. You can see Koepka hit his tee shot over there
but made
to the left on round 1.
Right. But today, he made absolute certainty that he put the ball in the fairway.
You bet.
To put an iron in his hand. And as you said, you play to the right of the flagstick. Now you have it 26 feet to the right of the flagstick. Better opportunity here. You don't have to worry about the speed nearly as much.
Yep.
So it's just a well thought out hole. And you know, Koepka with that opening bogey. Again, displaying absolutely no panic, no stress.
1 eagle on this hole today. Can Brooks make it a second? No, but
I thought he made an interesting comment to Claude Harmon III.
yeah.
He said, I'm going out there, I'm going to play the sensible shot, I'm going to play the smart shot, and I'm going to try not to leave that 2, 3, 4 footer for pars. It's not that I'm going to play defensively. It's just that I'm going to play a little smarter and a little more sensible.
It kind of reminds me of the round of golf that Webb Simpson played at the Players when he had a very big lead, and he never took on any shot. He played wide side the whole time and basically said to everybody behind him, come on and chase me. I'm not going to do anything stupid. Come on and chase me.
Yep.
Well, he picks up the birdie there.
When you put yourself in a position like Brooks Koepka has done, the only thing you don't want to do is try something that you haven't done all week.
Well, you don't want to beat yourself.
Exactly.
Right. Go out there. If you shoot a round of even par today, maybe even a couple over, with the conditions they're at.
He can make 4 bogeys, Mike.
Yeah.
He can make 4 bogeys and not make another birdie, and he's going to be the champion.
So you're saying nobody in that group is going to get it to 4 under on their round?
No.
And that will be a second double bogey.
Back to back. No one is going to shoot 66 today. With the way the weather has come in, the wind has come in.
Yeah.
But this is the first time all week long that the players have seen Bethpage Black with this wind and the strength of this wind.
And I wonder if they read that sign right there on the first hole. Danger, warning, as we go over to the 5th hole.
Well, the 5th hole, really an interesting tee shot because it's another one of the fairways that sits diagonally to the player. You're kind of hitting across the fairway unless you go directly down that right-hand side, and that's exactly where Koepka and Harold Varner will try to hit their tee shots. But you can see the bunker today, with the strength of the wind and the direction of the wind, not even close to being in play. And today's hole location, 16 paces on, 8 from the left-hand side. I would be surprised if Koepka finds the fairway that his shot reaches flag high.
Well, this suits Brooks' eye. He predominantly moves that ball from left to right. And I think, Billy, the exhibition that Koepka put on the PGA Championship last year with that driver, some of the tee shots that he hit, This wind will be out of his left, right off his back. All he needs to do is just kind of kickstart this thing to the right, and it's really starting to pick up.
Yeah, see, there's that gust that I'm talking about, 26 mile per hour, and that's what they're going to have to deal with, and that's where I think the players are going to have to be fortunate when they finally make their mind up and get ready to strike the shot. Do I have the wind gauged correctly?
They haven't played a practice round with this wind yet, and that one there goes into the thick rough, but it'll be, I think, far enough up there. With the way the wind is doing what it's doing, and as strong as he is, he may be able to get something up around that green. This is just going to be a war of attrition today.
This afternoon,
yeah,
these players, 66 in now, I'm just telling you. Now, probably the most important shot of the day for Harold. He just needs to kind of settle in, hit a good one here. That one needs to get in, and you can hear him just kind of moan. Oh, and it just kicked in. That's so thick over there, Mike.
Had that gotten up to where the gallery is, he might have had a little bit of a easier lie. And this is Ryan, says Brooks Koepka going into the woods to help Harold Varner search for his ball while leading the PGA. That equals ultimate class. It is. He picked up the birdie. Back to a big lead, and we'll be back